Hi, my name is Vivica. I am the person behind plantearthmama.com, where I write about vegan food, travel, first-time motherhood as a girl mom, and general musings of a mid to late 20-year-old. I have an announcement I'm super excited about. If you know me personally, you probably already know this, but I just got the proof for my book, The Ultimate Beginner's Vegan Food Guide, and it is everything that I wish I would have known when I went vegan 4 years ago. So, veganism, or being plant-based, has changed over the last few decades. It's not something new, although it is more mainstream now. It's not something that is new. It's just, actually, if you want to go back, it's like the original way of things. And so I went vegan overnight, May 2020, height of the pandemic, and it was one of the most transformative moments of my life. And then fast forward about 2 years later, I was in a near-death car wreck. And when I got out of that situation, I was super grateful, not only to be alive, I felt like a second chance at life, but also it gave me a moment to reflect. And I realized the impact that I made on the world at 20, I think I was 22 or 23 years old. It wouldn't have been sufficient for me. I would have definitely had some regret, because while I have physical accomplishments in the real world, like degrees, education, some of the jobs that I've had, places that I've lived, those are things that, don't necessarily excite me. It's what excites those around me. And it's only until I've gotten to this age where I realize it's about what I want, what makes me feel fulfilled, what is in line with my path. And so I started writing this book, I want to say even before the car wreck, but I didn't really dive deep into writing it until I was in recovery from breaking my rib. And I wrote the bulk of the book then, and then I got pregnant with my daughter. I had my daughter's now 17 months, and I finished the book. And it's not perfect. I've had this complex of perfectionism for a while, but I've released that, and we're just putting the energy out there, and then through repetition we will continuously get better. Am I right? I mean, that applies to everything in life. You will never get better if you don't start. And the pros were once at a beginner level, an entry level. Even if they had the skill set, they refined it. So I just wanted to make this reflection video, letting you guys know about my book, which right now, if you're watching this, it's August 2024, August 3rd. And my goal is to have the book out, published by the end of the month, no later than that. And in the meantime, I'm also working on my blog, plantearthmama.com, where I will write. Writing is my thing. It's my passion. And I feel like that's the way that I'm going to leave my mark on the world, is sharing my unique experience, because I realize that my experience is unique, but it is interesting to some people. If you're Black, you want to know how to make vegan food taste great. If you were in the space that I'm in, you definitely would want a book like this. And so whereas me, years down the line, I'm like, this is pretty basic. It's a beginner's guide, and I'm super proud of it. I put all kinds of stuff in here. I put recipes from when I first went vegan. So this is one of the first recipes that I ever tried and made. It's jackfruit tacos, which is a vegan version of pulled pork. That's that's what you would liken it to. Same thing, chopped cheese. The apartment where I went vegan is where I made my first vegan meals, and this is the picture that I have from making it. I have some of my go-tos. I love to make mushroom pasta, fried rice. I actually made this while camping. I have a sample week of balanced vegan meals, because everybody's always concerned about nutrition. I have sources of minerals and vitamins in this book, where to shop, vegan meal ideas, what are you gonna eat. And so this is a beginner's guide, but I have so many other topics that I want to dive into, particularly I can talk about vegan pregnancy, I can talk about vegan postpartum, I can talk about a vegan fitness journey, mid-20s, Black woman, girl mom, breastfeeding. Like, there's so many things that I've wanted to share and I just haven't. And so I wanted to tell you guys about my book, but also just give you guys a little bit of, I'm looking to the side because I have a outline that I'm reading off of, so just one second. Okay, I have my bearings now. So my vegan book, it's like when I first went vegan and I wasn't necessarily concerned with fitness or holistic living. Really, my vegan lifestyle led into a holistic lifestyle, because once that illusion was broken or that question was asked, I couldn't stop asking questions. So I didn't go into watching a vegan documentary to go vegan. I watched the documentary to learn about where my food comes from. And when I learned where my food came from, I was vegan. So from there, it was like, if that's how things are going, what else have I been lied to? And so that made me go down the rabbit hole of religion. And I have been a very religious person up until that point. And then from religion, it became everything else. Where does our clothing come from? You know, it's your food come from. Where does money come from? Where does religion come from? Where do we come from? You know, it's just an endless number of questions that unfold in front of you. And so I always go back to that because for me, that was the point that changed everything for me, because it made me question and go into, you know, asking. So the stages, and I'll make a different video about this, but I've had like stages of veganism as well. So when I first went vegan, it was all about, I don't want to eat animals anymore. It was an ethical thing. It was a, oh my goodness, I didn't know this was a thing type of thing. And so I just went into this whole thing of, how can I veganize everything that I eat? And I'm opening up my book again. I'm really not even trying to promote my book like that, but I do feel like it's helpful because I really did put in the things that I wish I would have known. So for example, I really like the ones that have pictures, and maybe I'll add more pictures. This is a vegan pizza, and I learned how to make white sauce pizza that is like super good, that I prefer that over like a red sauce. And it's made with coconut milk and nutritional yeast. A nutritional yeast is a cheesy flavor that is packed with B12, which is an essential nutrient that all types of eaters, carnivore, omnivore, vegan, pescatarian, are lacking because of the way that our food is grown. B12 is one of the nutrients that often gets stripped. So again, it's just a rabbit hole. So I first started out, it was like, how can I veganize everything that I used to eat? So chicken Alfredo was the first one. I got some Gardein vegan chicken strips, and then I got some pasta, and I learned how to make the Alfredo sauce. I got vegan butter instead of regular butter, vegan whipping cream instead, or vegan heavy whipping cream instead of whipping cream. We're just not using it. And then over the years, it's evolved. So instead of buying the vegan chicken, that's soy protein, I would get oyster mushrooms, and that would taste amazing. And that's what I eat to this day. Not to say I don't go through my times of, you know, eating the fake, but it's very few and far between. It's not nowhere near like how it was when I started. And I felt like for me, it was the bridge that I needed to be consistent all this time. And so then you go from using regular pasta noodles to now I use chickpea, you know, and from chickpea to, I just tried spaghetti squash the other night, and it was so good. I'm gonna post the recipe on my blog so you can see it. I'll put it in the description of this video. But you just evolve. And I'm excited to create vegan postpartum fitness weight loss questions. And I'm going to figure out a way to rephrase that, because I don't like the term weight loss. You're gaining something by weight reduction. weight reduction journey, okay? And just feeling better in my body. You know, I can kind of get a feel of when I don't feel in my body as much, and I'm trying to lower my cortisol levels. I'm making a lot of changes in my personal life, and so I'm gonna just be real, be raw, and share those things with you. I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys. I'm happy to be back. I definitely think that YouTube is going to be my chosen platform as far as it concerns making content consistently that is just real and raw. The shorter form content is going to have to take a back burner, unless you're Pinterest. I love Pinterest. Follow me on Pinterest. I'll follow you back, especially if you have a really curated feed. Pinterest, I'm surprised, is not as popular as it is. I mean, it's a search engine just like TikTok, but it's way more chill over there. But I will post again, hopefully something recipe oriented here soon. Let me know what other kind of content that you want to see from me. If you enjoyed this, consider liking and subscribing, and definitely comment other ideas because I will make videos on it. And thank you so much for tuning in thus far. If you made it to the end, I want you to comment a butterfly. Is that an emoji? And a butterfly. Or if that's not an emoji, you can put like a yellow heart in the comment, or comment. Yeah, I don't know. Just let me know if you did. if butterfly and heart are not emojis, which they should be, right? I think they should be. Comment them. One or the other, or both. But thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I will see you in a video soon.